ายความเสื่อมทรามจะมาพรากไปร่วงโรยลงในสายทานยามการเวลาหมุนไปชีวิตต้องแตกสลายไม่มีเที่ยงแท้ผมเส้นงามถึงคราวร่วงไปแขนขาที่เคยว่องไวกลับไร้เรี่ยวแรงโรคภัยเฝ้าคอยคุกคามติดตามไปในทุกแห่งเกิดแก่เจ็บตายสำแดงเป็นธรรมดาหากเธอมองทุกการเกิดมาที่มีอย่างลึกซึ้ง
society, but due to the Thai society, many of them still have confirmed with the part of Pali Literature, mean Tipitaka.
Yes.
When they're trying to break the curse, then they promote one of their masters. But their masters not 100% following what is a Tipitaka or what is Pali Tipitaka, what is the Pali literature say. Then they're trying to manipulate that. Oh, how could you believe Pali Tipitaka 2,600 years ago? How could you believe that is true?
Oh my God.
But very lucky for the Thai society, especially for the Venerable Luang Por Cha and some of the great Venerable monks, for example, like Po Prayutto, like this, and some of the scholars. Like now, many Buddhist monks trying to turn the society back
On check.
pushing the people back to the role of Pali literatures. Mean you can practice anything, but because you don't want to blame to each other. But they say like, now you are out of the rail. Now you are out of the role of the Buddhism. But due to the natures of the Thai people, they don't punch you in the head. They don't hit you straight. But they want to do something somehow to provoke, to inspire, to let you turn back, to look what is right and what is wrong. But some people are not, because some group of the people, they are interesting materials more than idealism. You know?
Okay.
Mean they can do anything to manipulate the people, to manipulate the society.
It's like a brainwash.
Get the money. When they gain the money, they have the power. When they have the money, they create the community. They themselves still announce that they are Buddhists.
But how's the government doing about this?
The government, that's why such a shame, you know?
I don't understand. I couldn't believe that.
Such a shame in the Thai society, developing the country without the local Buddhist wisdom.
Okay.
Mean when the government pay not attention, the government look after only some part of that is we call materialism. Okay, some monk if broke the rule, then they will arrest. But some monk, they are too clever. They are too, assimilated.
Okay.
They are too, very much like a virus. They are very much like a virus. They get into some part of the community and they hold on some of the soul of the Buddhists who easy to believe them. And they take gradually, slowly change themselves. And
okay.
But they still announce that they are Buddhists. But very lucky that some of Buddhist scholars in Thai societies were still very, very devote life for the people. Mean trying to bring the truth, the real teachings of Buddha in assist to every part of the society. Sometimes those people get boring of that. Okay, you are manipulating me. Then they run back to the main teaching. And some of them, okay, main teaching are too slow and too old traditional. Go back to another thing like this. But for
I
you, I
see.
think for you, not the what do you say, fun of studying in the Thai traditional Buddhism, in Theravada Buddhism, and you may not know if because
I
this
have no
part of the
idea.
history, this part of the idea, no one written. Even I myself not
Ah,
there enough to write.
this
You
is
know,
really the
when I
first
write
time.
for my thesis again a little bit of the old traditional belief.
I see.
But the old traditional belief mean after Buddhists are intermingled between Brahmanism and Buddhism and calling
Mhm.
themselves Hinduism.
Yes, Hinduism.
And I have touched a little bit. You see, my work have kept quiet without checking, without proving. That's why I have done my PhD more than 10 years.
Ah,
Due to my due to my research work, have mentioned that some part of the Hinduism are taking from Buddhism, but not Hinduism, from Brahmanism. Brahmanism brought Buddhism to put in Brahmanism and change oneself into Hinduism.
mm,
And then when I have proved this for the scholars, you know, I was cut off and everything. Then I have to do what is my professor wanted to do. But very lucky that my work is the first research that have to send abroad for the scholar examiner to prove.
excellent.
Then all professor in India, okay, bahut acha, very good. But one examiner abroad have mentioned about 10 pages of handwriting. You are very bad. You are there. The
I,
historical background in Lumbini, the historical backgrounds of Buddhaya, historical background of Saranath, historical backgrounds of Kuchinaka is there. And historical background written by Radhakrishnan is there. Historical backgrounds of Mahatma Gandhi is there. Historical backgrounds of Rabindranath Tagore is there. The historical backgrounds of Dr. Ambedkar is there. But I have already written. But all my professors kind of no, too much, too much create a conflict. Then the examiner from abroad have written about 10 pages, and my professor keep quiet. And I have submitted almost 4 years. What happens? Why my work is not announced? And only about 8 months. My professor calling me by phone. Son, those days I was appointed to help in the parliament already for the committee on religion. Son, your work is not passed. I have to leave the country in Thailand to India immediately. And I have only 8 months to rewrite. When I met to my professor, then my professor said, Sam, forget it. You never pass.
you never. Okay.
You never pass. Oh my
That's a
God, my
disappointed.
sweat is coming. How? I have been in India almost 20 years, but I could not finish my PhD. You know,
Oh.
I understand the natures of Indian. I understand the natures of Indian because the Indian people, there are many steps, many categories of the society.
Yes.
And
Different class.
about 300 million millionaire, right?
Yes.
About 700 million people are middle class. Oh no,
700
seven or
million people.
yeah,
Seven,
many
700.
million people are poor.
Middle class. That's a
Yeah, middle.
large number. That's a
They
huge
are
number.
large number. Then the society is controlled by we call the brain of the country. The brain of the countries is not the government. You know, the brain of the country is not the government. The brain
Is
of
the
the
high
country is
class people.
no. The
Is
high class people depend on this group of the people we call the scholars.
the
The scholars
scholars.
in the previous they call Brahmanism. You know the Brahmanism?
Yes, Brahmanism. They are
Brahmanism
like
means
the prophet of the
many
society.
kind of them. For example, Brahmanis, the hermit, Brahmanis, the one who perform for the religious performance, Brahmanism, the lecturers in the university,
Yes.
all of them, this they call Brahmanist system or
Okay.
Brahmanism. The millionaire controlled by the wisdom of the spiritual, you know,
Still
and the
now
middle
the
class
same.
controlled by the wisdom people. Who the one who hold on the wisdom part is called priest or monk or
Okay.
ceremony performing or the part of the lecturers in the university. Before this, we call Tapsila.
Taxila.
Tapsila is in India, now in Kandahar or Kandar. But that previous, but now it changed. Now it changed, but still powerful in India.
I see.
Because, like, suppose you are the minister. If you want to get to be appointed again on the part of the government, you have to go and meet to some of these holy people.
Holy. Okay.
You see,
That's something very.
this part I have seen in one of the uh, American comedy. It's a movie, part of the movie, and when the politician want to be elected, they will go to worship. And the one who perform for the worshiping ceremony, you think who is they are? They are small amount of the number of the people, but they are powerful. They can guide the head of the political, the rich people, and even the poor people. Now, you know, that's why my work is
Are you
too
talking
much.
about the bishop?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
very much.
Yes, yes. That's America. If you want to be supported by the people, you have to get the support from the bishop of that area, maybe the greatest number of the society. You have to get the support from the bishop. That's America, and
Yeah,
that's very political thing. It's not
very political.
yes.
But even now for Thailand, due to the part of Thailand wanted to develop the country following the democratic country like America. But they don't
Yes.
know this part of what you said, sure. They don't know what part of the hermit or the Brahminist
Okay.
ceremony in India.
Mm-hmm.
Then they brought the democratic into Thailand. Thailand was the same situation. If you want to be elected to be the politician in the parliament, you have to go to meet the venerable. That venerable, this venerable,
Okay,
and the follower will follow him. Okay, what
I
this man
see.
is a good man. But then the institutional law for the vote election cut off Thai monk not going to deal concern with any part of the political. From the value people of the society is monk, high status of the society become the same group of the blind, you know the blind man,
Yes.
the same group to the lame people, they cannot walk, they are just lay down on bed, mean
Okay.
they cannot do anything, keep quiet. Who is good and who is bad, could not say. Let the people manipulate by the media, who have the money running the vote election by the media will be the winner.
So the decision-making power is actually not belongs to those people who are running for the election. The decision-making power is actually belongs to the venerables. I mean, maybe some high-class monks. Is it
Yeah, it
is it
was
that way?
before. It was before, but now
Okay,
the government
it's
cut
changing.
off. Now the government cut off. Mean cut off the rule of the monk. Monk cannot say this man is good, this man is bad. The
I
monk
see.
cannot say, oh, please vote that one, please vote this one. If anyone came to know, the monk will be in trouble. Even the one is moral or immoral, the people must learn by themselves. But how do the people learn? You know, because the people learn because of the media or the transformation. If the part of the political want the people to know what they want, they will do every how, every way. They pay a lot of money to be for that
Yes.
because the monk could not say anything. The monk no part of the status of to guide with the moral part at all. But the people still missing, you know, the people still missing, especially for this part of the society. And the monks still have the right to say, but sometimes the opposite side of the follower of this party and that party the will be the complainer. Bring the
I see.
no, bring the idea, bring the message. This monk have said this. Then the monk will be in trouble. But no one can do in USA. No one can do in India because this master is fell down. Another master is coming because the group of the hermit, the group of the part of the religion, many of them, 100 sects of them, mean 100 group of them. The government cannot hand over for that. Then that's why the Indian will have to be as an Indian. American will have to be as an American. Thai still be the same as Thai. That's why the Western monks say such a shame for the
Okay.
Thai society developing the country without Buddhist local wisdom. This part, and I think no one can written, even I myself, a little bit risky for talking about this. But you know, I say the truth. But the truth no harm to anyone. But the truth will benefit to the society because our life is too short. but the societies must go on. The mankind must go on. Because we are not noble yet. If we are not a noble yet, we have to be born again, according to Buddhism, right?
Yes.
And if we have to be born again, and if we run out of the Buddhist country, especially for the right Buddhist country who following the Pali literatures, you know the Pali literatures, why do I say that? It's the most correct one. It's not just I say, even in Japan, even the other trends of Buddhism said that the most correct one is Pali literatures. Why? Because 3 months after the pathway of Lord Buddha. Do you still remember this part?
Yes, the history of the Buddhism Council.
Yeah, I'm not quite
after
sure
Buddha's Vinaya.
Yeah, because I'm not quite sure that the part of the Vajrayana and Mahayana have record the same or not. That's why I wanted to get opportunity to learn about this.
The record are the same, but we've learned much deeper about this. We will because I also went to the Buddhist college in China before I came to Thailand. Also, we were taught to do the discovery about how the Sanskrit scriptures show up, like why the Sanskrit scriptures is also they're also like very official scriptures, very official copies from the original one, and we have to learn that. We have to dig out the history truth about all the scriptures, how they come from, how they transform or translate into Chinese or other language, and that's part of the most important part of the Mahayana Buddhism. So, and last time when I was in the class of Ajahn Priyadana, and he also mentioned something that the original Pali scriptures were immediately translated into ancient Chinese, like after it gathered together. But some of the original, the root text, you couldn't find it anymore in Pali, but you can still find the first translation of the scriptures into ancient Chinese in China. That's what we are learning, what we are using, the version. And that's why nowadays
กายที่เธอมองเห็นว่างงามสุดท้ายความเสื่อมทรามจะมาพรากไปร่วงโรยลงในสายทานยามการเวลาหมุนไปชีวิตต้องแตกสลายไม่มีเที่ยงแท้ผมเส้นงามถึงคราวร่วงไปแขนขาที่เคยว่องไวกลับไร้เรี่ยวแรงโรคภัยเฝ้าคอยคุกคามติดตามไปในทุกแห่งเกิดแก่เจ็บตายสำแดงเป็นธรรมดาหากเธอมองทุกการเกิดมาที่มีอย่างลึกซึ้ง